This man is, in my opinion, the GOAT of all GOATs.
Serving the people, to me, it was so easy. I listened to them. I pay the attention what they say. Do it with passion. Love what you do, because if you love what you do, I tell you, it's really not a work. I like to be considered to be innovator, creator, and a leader, not a follower.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of the Real Estate News Network. My name is Tony Ning. I've been a realtor. I've been a real estate investor. I've been a businessman for over 35 years. And today I have a very special guest to introduce to you. This man is, in my opinion, the GOAT of all GOATs. GOAT meaning the greatest of all time. He is the owner, CEO, and founder of a company called HomeLife Real Estate Brokerages. And without further ado, please help me welcome my fantastic guest, Mr. Andrew Cimerman.
Andrew, thank you, Tony. Thank you for a wonderful introduction.
Welcome to the show. So for my audience, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, we'll stay here all day then, because it's a long ride.
We have time.
Well, let me tell you, my journey has been a phenomenal journey, and I think I've been very blessed, very lucky that I found my way, as a young fellow in this very challenging world. And what started from basically from Europe all the way here to Canada, and then to US, and now throughout the world. And the journey has been, I couldn't find anything better to do than being in real estate business. Yeah, there's a lot of things about me that it's really natural. I think one of the things I recognized right early in the business, if you provide the best services to the clients that you serve, they'll remember you very, very well. But also, your intelligence has to be at a certain level that they're going to gain your confidence. So you have to learn the business extremely well. The other area is that passion to do something, you can't replace that. And dedication is something that it's a winning formula for anything. Really, that's the way I think about it.
So, Andrew, you told me a story about how you came to this country with $20 in your pocket. You got to share that with us.
Well, I'll share to you that after 3 weeks, I had to borrow another $20 to survive. When you're working in construction at 55 cents an hour, I tell you, it's been budgeting, but it was very, very tight. But that didn't matter to me. As a young fellow, that you have a vision what you want to do. At least I had a vision what I want to do. It was never an obstacle for me. Nothing's been an obstacle for me, because I've been very blessed to give the opportunity in the world, like Canada, United States, and many parts of the world, that you really can go, the sky's the limit type of a level. It's been tight in the beginning, but I found really my calling, if you may. It's like an actors and singers like yourself and the entertainers, that you really enjoy what you're doing it. But I found something that I love to do is serving people, helping them to provide their roof over their heads, if you make, for their families, and investors as well. So I serve really across to all the people, either your farmers or your investors or your homeowners, whatever your desire is. I saw this, to me, it was all the same. You help them and they'll appreciate. Most of them, they really, really appreciate it. But also, that's how you advance your own causes. You make money, you invest back to what you tell others to do. You invest back yourself, buy real estate, commit yourself to what you're doing it. And do it with passion. Love what you do, because if you love what you do, I tell you, it's really not a work. You know what I mean? And that's the way I've been all my life. So I started as an agent. I was probably first year one of the most successful, or one of the top agents in North America. Serving the people, to me, it was so easy. I listened to them. I pay the attention what they say. It doesn't matter if they had a small family, big family, they had dream of investing. a large amount of money. It doesn't matter to me. I just found them exactly what they want. Why? Because I listen to them. When you listen, then you get to know what's the most important things for them. So this really guided me. But as I said before, learn how to serve people really at the highest level you can, because wherever you go, you love to be served that way as well.
Right. So let me ask you, why real estate? I mean, you could have opened a McDonald's, you could have been, doing construction work. And plus you come from a marketing background. Why real estate?
At $20, you don't have too many options. I wish it was that way, the way you're putting it, but there was really not many options there inside. And I was looking, I want to be in business. And I tell you why. Because in the construction, they only limit you to work so many hours. And I was prepared to work whatever hours it means, 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, it doesn't matter. Because I had nothing. I got no place to go but up. Right. So look at the businesses, and you see what you can buy any business with $20. Today, at that time, was available. So when I asked the HR person at that time, the biggest company, they call Man Martel, and what do I need? How much do I have to invest? I said, nothing. You go to, I think it was the Ryerson, you go, buy the book, study, pass the exam, come to us, we'll hire you. And here you go. I said, that's it? He said, that's it. I said, I'm going to do exactly what you asked me to do, and that's exactly what I did. And I was, it was challenging because I spoke Slovenian and I spoke to German and not English. So how do you go right from one into the business like that? But I was so determined, I tell you, I literally, even at that time, it was a pretty thick book. I mean, very thick. I was so determined that I study until I memorized the entire book.
It's amazing.
And I passed it with requirement marks, 75% first time. And Armstrong and myself were together on the moon. Here I am coming into the biggest business in the world.
Wow, amazing. So tell me, Andrew, how did you transition from being the number one real estate agent in the planet to opening up your own brokerage?
That didn't take much thinking, I tell you the truth. Because I said, I worked with all the agents in the area where I was working and outside the area as well. And I was the best at taking properties for sale, called listings the properties. Mm-hmm. And of course, with that comes the sales at the same level, this being the best in that area. And I had such a great interaction with all the agents. So I thought at that time, let's say it was in the area where I served maybe 500, maybe 1,000 agents, or maybe thousands of agents. Mm-hmm. So what happened is I said, they're all selling my listings. So if I go on my own and open up many, many offices, then I'll be able not only to hire the people to work, but also that they serve other agents, that they may not be so keen on getting the listings. So it was one of the areas that I said, I'm one guy, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain to go for and open up my own business. When you open up 3 offices at the same time, mm-hmm. I tell you, for a young fellow like me, they were looking at me like I had 3 hats. So what the heck is this guy doing?
Right.
But what I did is I budget everything what I do in life.
Right.
And I did the same time at that time.
Okay.
And I was so successful in selling at that time that I could carry 3 offices or 5 offices at a cost.
Right.
So I structured the deal right from the beginning. I hired 2 other managers. I managed one of the offices. Right. And that was my platform to open up to 11 offices.
Right.
And we had fun. We built the largest organization, one of the largest one in Canada, and probably in many parts of the world at that time. And what did we do differently? I built a culture, people's culture, that people felt comfortable. And also that they all knew that if we're going to go with Cimerman Real Estate, which was at that time, there was no franchising, that they will have to become a winners.
Right.
That they will have to become dedicated, they'll have to learn and do well in their lives. Why? Because everyone has its own budgets at home as well. You know, there's a cost of living has been then, it's now even much higher, but you have to earn the money.
Right.
So with that, you have to embrace the industry, you have to embrace the profession that you're in.
Right.
And if you do that, it's going to pay off.
Okay. So let's go back in time a little bit. So you have 3 Cimerman offices. At what point do you decide, you know what, I'm going to franchise this all over the world?
Oh, the point came that I could no longer hire the management. And because of that, I need to have the plan B in
Right.
place to continue to grow. Why? Because my dream has always been to be a global player. And how do you achieve that? Well, you have to rescale everything, what you do, and go with new plan. And I said, the way I can do this thing, I know the business inside out. We are the best in the business. I can advise others how to make money because this thing I know how to make money for our clients. And we get a little bit of a, for ourselves at the same time too. So yeah, that's how it happened, is that I just want to go and expand and grow. I knew that this is me. I knew, I saw, I assessed the competition, and I had no problem to compete with them at any level, literally any place in the world.
Right.
So that's how it's, you know, I said I'm going to change the plan. And I looked at a company that I wanted at that time very badly to do business with them. It was Realty World. But the owners at that time, they wouldn't give me even a nibble of it. I said, no, you're too hot for us. No, we're good. So I said, okay, the other brands were way too expensive, the way they were charging, and they were charging big fees. I said, I think it's the time that I find my own brand.
Right. And from the 3 Cimerman offices, how many HomeLifes do you have around the world right now?
Well, we have, let's say, over 16,000 agents, and combined between HomeLife and Realty World, give and take between 600 and 700 offices globally.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell me how did the name HomeLife come about? You told me the story a while back.
Well, as I said earlier, that I was really dedicated to what I've been doing, and somebody told me that they invited me, said, why don't you join us to come to Florida, have a little break? And I said, you know what, I got so much going on all the time, there's just no time for anything at all. And so, well, you don't have any home life at all. So I said, I think that here comes the answer.
Right.
I had a 2 agency searching to come up with the names. We went over 4,000 names.
Wow.
Because I want to have the right name. And when that came on, I said, this is perfect. It's home and life, it's people. This is exactly what I wanted. And that's how HomeLife was born.
Amazing, amazing. And you know, the growth that I've known you for like 34, maybe 35 years. The growth I've seen you go through is just absolutely astounding. So with that, I know you started your global expansion. I know you're all over Canada, U.S., North America, but now you want to go globally, right? So tell me a little bit about your global expansion.
Well, among all the brands, we are in many parts of the world right now, from Spain to Slovenia to Bangladesh to Dominican Republic to St. Lucia to Puerto Rico, Turkey, Bulgaria, and I'm sure I'm going to Macau, many countries. And I figured out that we're going to be opening at least one country every month, if not more, the way we're going about right now. It's been so exciting. I tell you why it's been so exciting. Because, you know, since I started HomeLife, and took over the management of Realty World. There's been a lot of changes in the industry, but we also evolved ourselves. And I like to think of myself is that I'm being very fortunate that I can create new things. And I never follow, and I never will follow any other people the way they do business. I always want to create my own brand. Either it was under Cimerman, either it's HomeLife or Realty World. I want to have the branding special identity with it. And now the way we build the platforms that we needed for global expansion. And this is from the systems and tools to technology. And one of the biggest area is also through the imaging, but equally important is how do you build the companies? You have to have a structure. If you build a home, you need to have brick or mortar, or cladding, something to build a home. But in our business, in real estate business, you have to learn how to build your own business as well. And this is how to hire the people, how to attract people to your organization. And today, more than ever, competition is extremely fierce all over North America and all over the world. So what I did is, way back 50 years ago, I, at that time, already designed a system called Income for Life. It's residual income, whereby what you do is when somebody does something for you, either a favor in our business or introduce you to somebody, what happens is, how do you compensate them for something so great? And I always said, you know what, the company will make some money, but why not sharing that little bit of the money also with the people that help you to get there? So this is our model throughout the world. It's basically build wealth together and share wealth together with all the agents, all the brokers, through all the brands, throughout the world, throughout the globe.
Right.
So this is our model, and is growing, and is growing extremely fast everywhere.
So let me understand you correctly. So if somebody wants to partner up with HomeLife, whether they're an agent, business person, franchisee, they can participate in HomeLife's Income for Life program?
Absolutely. The way we're saying is, if you're not ready to expand and become entrepreneur yourself today, why don't you go with one of our members? And for a while, test your skill set. Try to build around you, become a team leader. Try to build a team around you. And once you see the challenges or the successes that you feel, you have a good feel for it, then you can say, now I'm ready to go to open up my own business. Or you stay with a brokerage and build your own team, as big a team as you want to build. And from that, you're going to share from every agent that you bring them aboard, help them, mentor them, advise them, coach them, and you'll share from, not from their revenue, but from the company's revenue, so that no agent is affected, not for a single dollar, because somebody brought them aboard. So I said, this is the best system in the world, because sharing it, it's also show that you're caring about the people at the same time.
So I just want a clarification on this, because at the introduction I said, it doesn't matter where you are in the world or who you are in the world, you can participate in HomeLife's Income for Life. Am I correct to say that?
Absolutely, no matter what, because with our plan, with our model, with our expansion, this is one of the collateral part of our model. And everywhere we go, we present the same opportunities to everyone, literally to everyone.
Right. And to clarify it further, this Income for Life is relatively passive, right? Or mostly passive? Can I say that?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
So what it is you do the work normally what you do, and you meet so many colleagues that, in the business, or homeowners or investors, that they say, well, maybe I want to go into real estate. Well, why don't you come with us? Type of thing.
Sure.
You know, so it's very, very important that we optimize ourselves when we're in business, and try to help ourselves and others
Right.
to come into the career in real estate.
Right.
It may be just the right fit for them,
Sure.
and they may excel extremely well.
Right, right. So I've talked to a few people, and it's an income for life, and it doesn't resonate with them as well as how would you like to have your rent or your mortgage payments paid off for life without you having to go to work. Right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden they say, wow, I could live rent free for life or mortgage free for life. I'm in, right? So it's just tweaking it a little bit to make them understand that income for life can do that for you.
Well, because we're not really the originators of the residual incomes. I would say that the insurance companies were maybe way before us.
Right.
And that worked very, very well. And I had at one of our conventions, one of the top insurance agents speaking at a convention. And the same thing like you and I are talking right now. And in the front of all our audience, I asked him, I said, Jack, how many agents? I know that you're the team leader in the insurance company. I know that you're a mega player. How many really insurance agents did you really hire? He said to me, 1,591. I said, that just convinced me that time that the system does work.
Right.
And we start adding it all the time,
Right.
introducing, reintroducing,
Right.
because sometime, when it's something a little bit different, people have to analyze, and it's nothing that they are losing, it's all gaining, but just to adjust to new things. But I think more and more, because the challenges are the cost of living everywhere in the world
sure.
is very, very high. And any other source of revenue, like residual income, it helps to pay, as you said before, possibly for university, possible for the car payments, possible for the monthly groceries bills. It's like, could be anything
Right.
that can augment
Sure.
the costs that we experience on monthly basis and daily basis.
Right, right. So let's say I'm an agent, a real estate agent, anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Why would I want to partner up with HomeLife?
Because HomeLife, it's an entrepreneurial model. It's privately owned, and we are way more agile. We're way, way more liberal of how we, and I would say that we're way more understanding, how to structure your own business. Why? I've gone through every level, from being an agent, being a broker, build the homes, develop land, invest in the industrial and commercial properties. So there's really no area of the business that we cannot share our expertise with them and help them and assure them that we know the business and we can help them. And that gives them the confidence. And also, what we do is help them at a time that they need it, either with their education, sometimes financial assistance, whatever the case may be. So I would say that we're the most lovable and the most friendly brand in the world, both the Realty world and HomeLife as well.
Right. So you brought up something that's really important, education, training. What does HomeLife offer that's different than all the other brokerages?
Well, what we offer is right from the beginning, when I open up under my own name, that I believe in education. So we have our own universities, and what we call that is our education center. And this is so rich with the material, with the education, with the courses. Probably the biggest one in the world. And let's say over 350 courses. So what does it happen? You can literally learn about the business, even though you were never in real estate, if you join our organization. It's so comprehensive. And also you have from the industrial commercial investment properties, what we call ICI, to residential properties, and also management courses. Because, if you ever want to open your own business, you have to really know a little bit about management, how you're going to start up and how you're going to build your own organization. So we have pretty detailed courses that you really know what you need to do and also what not to do.
Right, right. I know a lot of brokerages, they focus on residential real estate and have nothing to offer in terms of commercial real estate, or IC&I in this case. And they have nothing to offer in pre-construction. They have nothing to offer in, so many different areas of real estate. So if you went to a brokerage that only support you for residential, and you had a client that wanted to buy, say, a commercial property, you're stuck. You're stuck. You have no support, right? Whereas HomeLife, you support every area of real estate.
Absolutely. Talking about pre-construction, literally the first few months in the business, I was really involved in the pre-construction big time. Why? Because I've been developing the land anyway for my own purposes as well. So I understood that business extremely well. But talking about the commercial business is a little more involvement in it, because you have the many issues that could arise from not knowing what you're doing it, sure, including from the due diligence when it comes to soil testing, when it comes to the literally look at every aspect of the building's construction of the building, either is the engineering of it, or is the electrical, or is roofing, or is structural, whatever case may be. It's more involvement. And there's the other side of it. You have to understand that the investments, the investor wants to have return. So you have to know what NOI is going to be at the same time, and why it is, and how occupancy works, or vacancy, et cetera, et cetera. Including the land development is the same thing. You have to understand a lot of things about it, but we teach all that. So anyone wants to switch or have sometime dual careers will do maybe 50% commercial, 50% residential, because for commercial, it's a specialty. You really, really have to develop yourself to be extremely competitive in that area. So you may say, listen, I can serve smaller commercial properties, or even big ones, and also residential at the same time. So it's great to have this kind of infrastructure and platform for learning, which we have it for anyone, any place in the world. So we just want to be the greatest in education in the world, because we know we can.
Right.
We've been building the library. Our library is probably one of the biggest in the world of any faculties that teaches real estate.
Right. So I got a really tricky question to ask you. Okay, after 50 years being the #1 agent on the planet, building up an empire, HomeLife, single-handedly, basically, without the help of a public company. This is all privately owned and operated. You're the CEO, you're the founder, you're everything for HomeLife, and you got all these offices and franchises all over the world, and you've made it. Why are you still going after the
in our business, or any business, you never made it, I'm telling you, because the sky is the limit. So the opportunities are evolving. Once you start building, it's like a builder. He builds one subdivision, he's looking ready for another one. Once you get to know the business really, really well. But with me, I tell you, it's a little more than that. I've been always looking back where I started from. And I had to do it on my own. Pay for the mistakes in some area, very, very high prices. But that never deterred me, because the challenges were ones that I did not know how to handle it at that time. Mm-hmm. Now I know. I paid my dues. Right. I graduate in that area as well. Right. So I said, you know what? Why don't I keep doing what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Why? Because the entire world is a lot of people like Andrew Cimerman I always say that there are 5 yards or 10 yards short of touchdown. And it's insurmountable amount of the distance to really, really realize your dreams. I was very fortunate. I had to do on my own. But I was also very fortunate that when I was expanding, I always listened to everyone, what they got to say. So now my goal is literally to be one of the biggest players in the world in our business and create millions, tens of millions of jobs for not only real estate people, but for publics throughout the world.
Wow.
And I built, we're finishing right now building a portal that's going to be offering literally unlimited amount of the jobs throughout the world. Because I know people need that. But in our business, there is so many great people with a talent, young, older, and there's nobody there to help them. Why? Competition's not going to help you.
Right.
They see you're weak. They're going to kill you.
Right.
And I don't mean physically, financially. So it's just because that's the way it is in the world.
Right.
So I want to help literally
Right.
and continue build and expand our business, but helping literally for a cause
Right.
of the people that they have a talent and they just couldn't get there. You know, it's like a singer that, you know what, you're looking for that one opportunity to get recognized and get published.
Right.
You know, actors, the same thing. But business people are no different. You know, many of them, the banks will not help them because they're not quite there yet. I'm not blaming the banks,
Right.
okay? The investors, they'll pass them because they have a much safer investment than investing in a guy like Andrew Cimerman with $20. You know, but there's a lot of guys like that, and ladies throughout the world.
Yeah.
Tremendous talent.
Yeah.
And as soon as we recognize them where they are, that we will help them.
Right.
Like nobody can help them.
Right.
Because I know how to help the people, to empower them, and also to become give them the opportunity to become the biggest success if that's what they want.
Right. Right.
So this is what I want to do.
Right.
And will I ever stop? Absolutely not.
Wow.
You know, to me is, I tell you, I want to keep doing, I love what I'm doing it, but I know how many people I helped. And if you see back, people bought houses at $10,000. Then they become $100,000.
Right.
Then they become $1 million. Same houses.
Yeah.
Now they're $2 million and more.
Right. Right.
That's evolution. That's going to continue to happen all over the world, or at least in major parts of the world, industrial world. So this is self-driven energy that I get from everyone that I help. It's just incredible. I have a fun. I'm telling you, like talking to you today.
Right.
That's how I am
Yeah.
in everyday's life with the people. And think positive. Be positive.
Right.
Yeah, there's a difficulty in life. So what? Overcome and keep going.
Right.
And there'll be, even after raining for a week or a month, sunshine is going to come.
Right. Right.
Prevail.
Right.
You know, tell yourself that you're as great as anybody or all the challenges that you have. And learn. Sometimes don't climb the mountain if there's a byway to go around the mountain, you know, and we learn through our mistakes. And don't worry about making mistakes, because if you don't make mistakes, you'll go nowhere. And you'll fear yourself. And when you fear yourself, that's the problem. So if I can help anybody in the world to overcome this fear, I can do it.
Wow.
I know I can do it. And empower them to make a living or become the greatest in our business, I know I can help them.
Right.
No question.
Right. Wow. Isn't that amazing, folks? Andrew Cimerman, one of the greatest of all time entrepreneurs, businessman. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. There's a lot more to come. We'll see you soon.
We all need a place to call home. We all want a happier life. When happiness calls, it's home life. We will cheer when you win, and we'll be there when you grow. Come on, bring all your dreams to home life, home life.
for a HomeLife 5-star agent. Contact HomeLife today.
Hey, welcome back to the Real Estate News Network. My name is Tony Ning, your host, and we have a special guest today. If you're just joining us right now, he is the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to real estate investing, a businessman all around, and he's the founder, CEO, owner of HomeLife, Mr. Andrew Cimerman. Welcome back. So Andrew, tell me about this fella here, this guy. I rub him every day, just so you know.
This is the only partner I have in the world. I tell you, you know why Jerome and why the gnome, why wholesome character? I hired actors, various actors or personalities to help with the promotions. But I analyzed the whole situation, what happens, and really you don't have no control over those people, what they do, what they don't do. Either they believe they have same values as I had, or I still continue to have. Family value is a big thing to me. And it's been right from the beginning, even though I was single for a long time. I tell you, it was just planned that way. And thank God, right now I have the best wife in the world. I have a son who is 18 years old. My daughter is 21.
Yes.
She'll finish university, U.H.A.M. this year, and my son is the first year in commerce. So that's our big family of four. But before they were in the picture, I had my family of all my people throughout the world and friends. But that friend that came aboard was because I saw that I can do, beside the real estate, I like the entertainment part of the business.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I only got a couple times small part and live stage in that business.
Okay.
But that was not enough to make any dent in entertainment business. So what I chose is I said, I'm going to stick with something which is more me, which is business, it's people, that I can do. But I never give up my dream. So I said, if I bring another actor, if I create another actor that is wholesome actor, that believes in family, enjoys children, which I do myself, I always did. I said, this is the thing that I can introduce to our business and let the small children experience something without going to say Mickey Mouse and spend $5,000, $10,000 for a trip. Why not experience the same warmth, the same excitement with something that it's almost not quite equal yet, but very similar, That's why I create our own character. It's not only one. He has other brothers as well. So one day, like I said, this is still in my plan. And I tried. It didn't work out exactly because Disney did not cooperate with me. When I introduced my characters,
right.
I had my scripts, I had my show, I had my staging, I had everything designed to do the partnership with them.
Right.
And what happened is, I said, guys, I know you're powerful, but I like to publish my characters as well. So what about if you pay me 1 or 2, 3% royalties? They said, no, we just buy it or we don't do business. Thank you. But my dream never died. Yeah. Because I believe that I can continue help the families. And how? By having a little bit of something, of entertainment that doesn't cost a fortune or doesn't cost anything. And what Jerome does, Jerome goes to hospitals. He loves to ride on the farm fairs in the back of the wagon on the hay wagons. He goes in the streets and the different community. He dances. He participated at birthday parties. He can participate any place he's invited. So it's just such a warm and fuzzy character that I feel that really belongs into what we do as well. So
where do we go from here? I mean, it's not too late.
Well, Road never ends, as far as I'm concerned. This is evolving in our business. We'll continue to help people throughout the globe, throughout the world, in every area, and families, especially those that need more help. We will continue to promote the family values, the higher standard service, 5-star luxury brands like HomeLife. And we'll continue to really work on my dream still and produce the children's show one day. And I'm working on it. It's great to have somebody like you with an entertainment background as well. And I really enjoyed when we talked about it and how I'm going to get, for the first time, an honest help in entertainment, which is hopefully that we'll continue to do what we're doing and really do well. And let the public, let the world, let the society have that lighter side and continue to retain that lighter side of themselves. Right. And I think that I can do it because today technology changed. You know, to literally to build the episodes way back 20 years ago or so, 30 years ago, at that time was the animation like $250,000. Right. That was a lot of money. Right. So I couldn't do it. But now that we have a different talent, that we have a different capabilities, that we can do a lot of things in a different way. So I feel that we'll bring the Jerome and his buddies to life and put out the entertainment at a much more reasonable cost or no cost at all for everybody in the world. So that's what we're going to do. But I want to continue to build the best brand in the world, right, both Realty World and HomeLife, and offer the best services in the world to our customers, the best experience that they can have. But I want to continue to innovate and compete. I'm telling you, this is really at my prime time right now, because we're bringing in so many great things that will help buyers, sellers, dwellers, renters, everyone in the world. And at the same time, that we will be able to still be proud of what we do in real estate. We belong into the business. We have a lot of challenges right now. But I tell you, all these challenges we can overcome. All we have to do is to evolve and move forward with a positive view of what's coming inside. Right. But I still believe that buying online a very big ticket item like real estate, either is condo or is a home or is big piece of land or big farm, whatever that may be, or office buildings, plazas, whatever you do, to have a top real estate salesperson, top advisors beside you. It really doesn't cost you, in most of the part of the world, doesn't cost you anything. So why not utilize the services of the experts? It's not like, no difference like top lawyers, accountant, architects, it's the same thing. So if we continue to re-educate ourselves and continue to keep empowering ourselves, right, that we demonstrate unparalleled value to our clients, we'll always have place in this world in our business.
Right. Now, you've seen a lot of brokerages, agents come and go over the years. This is probably our third, recession? I don't know if you want to call it a recession, but third downturn in the market. And some agents, some brokerages just can't manage it. So what do you say to those people that are having difficulty managing? What's the difference between Andrew Cimerman and them? Because you patched up all the potholes in the road and you made it to your final, not final, but you made it to your destination that you wanted to go, right? So what's the difference between Andrew and them, and why are they failing when you are succeeding?
See, where I can help people the most is to literally work on the fundamentals of the business. It's no different than building a house or a 100-story condominium,
Right.
or the town, or the cities, or a big farm. So you have to learn the fundamentals extremely well. You have to have the business plan, and you also have to budget. And you have to always look at it. You'll take a risk. But what I advise people all the time, and I'll continue doing that, start small. Test your skill sets. Learn basically the business extremely well. And be prepared. It's like a potholes on the freeways. The same thing. You know, be careful when you drive. Or in that big traffic in New York or Toronto or any place in the world. Right. This is exactly the same thing, that when you have that great business going on, after sunny days, usually they're going to come rain or snow, wherever you live in the world. Right. And our business is no different. We are not quite capable yet in many areas to recognize and forecast the downturns. But the downturns for me are the greatest opportunity. Why? Because when somebody is pulling back, the freeway, it's open to go and get a business. So to me is that all the people involved with us, if they take the advice from our management, from our educators, and if they need me, doesn't matter where in the world you are, I will spare the time to advise you. If something is extremely concerned to you, I will talk to you and how you deal with the situation. So it's just basically to do stronger, better homework at what you do and get better all the time. The other area in our business is that you have to learn that also the collateral part of the business. Hiring is one of the areas that you have to learn. Otherwise, use our system, residual income program, and use it well. So empower other team leaders that they're going to help you to overcome maybe some deficiencies that we all have. And that's how you're going to overcome the issues. Plan well, and when you're doing extremely well, don't spend all your money. Just allocate some money for fun and for the family, but the rest of them put aside. Because that's your spare tire in the car.
Right.
The journey is long and never ending.
Right.
So if you plan for that, most of the times, most of the business people, they will do well, even though in downturn.
Right. I've been around for a long time, 35 years. I've never met someone like you that's so willing to share and help mentor younger people in the business to become successful, to become more successful, to become wealthy. So my question to you is, if someone out there anywhere in the world wants to partner up with Andrew Cimerman, HomeLife, Realty World, or whatever offices that you have available, would they have access to your wisdom and your teaching as well?
You see, my teaching, it all reflects of all our brands, systems, and tools.
Okay.
So that whatever we do, we try to have our people with the same type of a mentality and love for the business that they have. Education, love for the education. We have the best educators in the world, which is the most important things. And the best managers in the world as well. That's why, can you imagine when people join me from zero base like myself, and they are now employing 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 agents. One individual. How did it happen? We work together. This is not Andrew Cimerman, on the third floor of office building where we have our corporate offices, okay, global offices, or being down in California. This is Andrew Cimerman that it's always innovating and also evolving and taking a risk in the world as well. But If there is the call that they want to talk to me, absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. Because, see, this is the other thing that I want to say. Right from the beginning, when I opened Cimerman Real Estate, I was one of the guys that opened the door to all people from all nations, from all over the world. And now that we are global players, I invite all the people from all the nations in the world to get in touch with us because we know we can help you. You're all very, very welcome. It's like, unlike any other organization in the world. Why? Because I came from another part of the world as well. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that I love you all, doesn't matter where you are. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what level you're performing today. You may not have anything, but if I can help to get you on track to become next star, next superstar, the best player in the world, that my dreams comes true over and over again, because that's what I like to do. I like to see buyers, sellers, investors do really, really well. But I also want to see every single agent with any of our entities in the world, every broker, any investors, any partners in the future that will be with us to do well with us.
Wow. So anywhere in the world, no matter where you are, you want to be more successful in life, or maybe you want to build wealth over a long period of time, you're the man to help them.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing. So from $20 or in your pocket and borrowing another $20 to stay alive, you made it all the way to where you are now, owning probably the #1 independently owned franchise?
Well, all depends on which city, which town, what country.
To
because the world is so big.
I know.
That would not be fair claim. But I'm going to say this, that we know that if we put our hands together and join forces, we can be #1 any place we're going to go in. As long as the learning process, the determination, because, we need to have the same type of players to learn to win the games, because that's what it is. Right. Competition is tough. Yeah. I'm telling you, and some of them, they're throwing billions of dollars against that. Right. But I know that we know this business extremely well. We can compete with anybody, any place in the world, anytime.
Right, right. Working hard is great, but you need to have a mentor or coach, right? I'll give you a good example. I don't know how many people have watched the Super Bowl with Kansas City and San Diego, right? That last play where they won the game with the touchdown, right? That play was called by the coach, not the quarterback, not the players, but by the coach, right? So when you team up with somebody like Andrew Cimerman, who's your coach, he's going to get you to score the touchdown, the winning touchdown. Am I correct to say that?
Absolutely. My 50 years experience in taking risks, and continue to innovate what I'm doing inside. If you're doing the things well, you can always improve. But certainly the experience, it's unparalleled. This is something like you hired the lawyer that 1,000 cases that are inside. You want to go with that lawyer. Yeah. There is nothing in this business that I cannot advise people how to do it and do it right to win. There's nothing in this business. As long as there's a will and passion to do it, I can help you. Anywhere in the world you are.
Wow. I think the one thing that I found about you, there's many things, but the one thing I found about you is how giving you are, how generous you are with your knowledge, your wisdom, and everything that you know. You're willing to share that with just what anyone knows wants to partner up with you. That is amazing. You got a really good heart, a really good soul. I'm so thrilled to be in your presence, to be honest with you. So let me ask you this question, Andrew. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
That Andrew Cimerman was the guy that helped the world to the best of his ability in the world can do it. I took the risks, I took the beating, and I would like to be considered to be innovator, creator, and a leader, not a follower. And that everyone that any place in the world, ever directly and indirectly, was involved with me, it's better off after than before.
There you have it, folks. the greatest of all time, Andrew Cimerman. And I want to share with you this. If you want to be more successful in life, or you want to be more wealthy in life, this is the man you have to get in touch with. All right, we're going to supply a link on the bottom of the show notes, and then you click on that link, and we'll give you a form to fill out if you want to get a hold of us. All right. Until the next time, have a God-blessed day, life, and tell you, be a good person, be a good soul, and you'll end up like Andrew Cimerman. Cheers.